Welcome back to English Dose. Today, we're diving into the idea of consistency. Many people think consistency means doing something perfectly every time, but that's a misconception. Could you clarify what true consistency actually involves, especially for language learners or anyone building new habits?
Absolutely. Consistency isn't about flawless execution, it's about repeated intentional actions regardless of mood or motivation. For instance, studying English for 20 minutes daily is more impactful than cramming for 2 hours once a week. The key is regularity, not intensity.
That's a great point. So, it's less about dramatic leaps and more about steady progress. Can you give an analogy that helps people visualize the value of these small, regular actions?
Sure, think of water dripping on a rock. A single drop does nothing, but over time, those drops wear the rock down. Similarly, reading a single English article daily seems minor, but over months, your vocabulary and comprehension grow significantly.
That's a powerful image. As we transition, why do these seemingly small habits have such long-term effects, even if they feel insignificant at first?
Because they tap into the compound effect, small, consistent actions accumulate, much like interest in a savings account. This slow buildup turns average efforts into extraordinary outcomes over time, whether in language learning or fitness.
Building on that, let's talk about the science behind consistency. What happens in our brains or behavior when we stick to regular routines, especially when learning a new skill like English?
Great question. Neuroscience shows that repeated actions strengthen neural pathways, making skills more automatic. For example, practicing English phrases daily wires your brain to recall them faster, just like learning to ride a bike or play piano.
Interesting. So, does this mean consistency also impacts our motivation or confidence? Sometimes people start strong but lose steam. What role does habit formation play here?
Consistency actually reinforces motivation. Seeing steady progress like ticking off English practice each day triggers dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. This positive feedback loop boosts confidence and makes it easier to stick with routines.
Are there studies supporting this? For example, do people who track their progress actually see better results?
Yes, a 2019 study in behavioral science found that people who tracked their daily language learning were 42% more likely to continue after 3 months. The visual evidence of progress motivates us to keep going, even on tough days.
Let's shift to practical strategies. Many listeners want to know, what are some concrete steps for staying consistent, especially when life gets busy or motivation fades?
First, set small, realistic goals. Trying to master English overnight leads to burnout. Instead, aim for manageable chunks like 10 new words a day. This makes the process less intimidating and more sustainable.
I like that approach. How about routines? Are there ways to make consistency automatic, so it requires less willpower each day?
Absolutely. Attach your new habit to an existing one, a technique called habit stacking. For instance, practice English right after brushing your teeth. This links the new behavior to something you already do, reducing decision fatigue.
And what if someone misses a day or faces setbacks? Many people give up after one slip. What's your advice for staying resilient?
Be kind to yourself. Consistency isn't perfection. One missed day doesn't erase your progress. The key is to start again the next day. Think of it as a marathon, not a sprint. Self-compassion keeps you on track long term.
To wrap up, can you share how consistency applies beyond English learning? For example, how does it influence health, finance, or business success?
Consistency is a universal principle. In fitness, daily walk 7, just 15 minutes improve heart health over time. In finance, regularly saving small amounts grows into substantial wealth due to compounding. In business, consistent customer service builds trust and loyalty.
That's enlightening. Could you offer a hypothetical scenario where someone applies consistency and sees dramatic life changes?
Imagine someone learning English for 20 minutes daily. In a year, that's over 120 hours, enough to progress from basic to conversational level. Or someone who invests 5 daily could amass thousands with steady growth over a decade.
So the takeaway is clear. It's not about grand gestures, but small daily actions. Any final advice for listeners who want to build consistency into their own lives?
Start small, track your efforts, and celebrate progress. Remember, success is built on showing up again and again, not on perfection, but on persistence. Consistency is the quiet force behind every achievement.